hey, fellas, hey, what's going on? Listen. When did your emotional pain become an excuse in your life? That excuse I'm talking about. You didn't get quiet. Guys talking about, man, I just don't even talk about it. I just go to this quiet spot. I don't engage after a certain point. I just get real quiet. It's better that way, right? But you didn't really get quiet. It wasn't about communication. Well, I'm just not a good communicator. I'm not sure how I can respond in the proper way, so I don't make things worse. All those things, but just it's not really about communication, right? It's about getting to a safe spot, right? Get to that safe spot to where we think we're protecting ourselves. We think that we're doing the right thing and not harming her because we get verbal or argue, fuss and scream, all that stuff we think about. Any of this sound familiar, fellas? Look, somewhere back in our lives, somewhere back in our time, honesty got you hurt. It still stings today when you think about it. It still comes up in the conversations with the woman that you love, right? You're married or you're going to get married, and you have this fantastic, almost fantastic connection. You're killing it out there in the business spot. I mean, all things are you, right? A leader, a developer, a communicator, organizer. You got all that bonus thing going on, man. But when you get home, she hits the nerve, bang! You're looking for that room that you built somewhere along your lifetime. Hey, listen, I was I built one, fellas. I built one too. I built one from an early age. I talk about it all the time, right? I talk about that 5-year-old boy who should be happy with his life, had everything, so you would think, but I had already learned how to disappear, to pretend like all was well, to look good on the outside, just like you're doing, right? As a grown man, like I did as a grown man, but on the inside, man, I was dying a slow, painful, emotional process. So when did that start? Somewhere back in your life, honestly got you hurt. So you built that room. So listen, over the next few days, I'm gonna help you come out of that room. Right? You put a name on it. You named it. I'm not a talker. We already said that. You named it is I'm doing the right thing. You're saying wisdom is the reason why, because you don't want to blow things up. You don't want to make things worse. So you're justifying all these things, but it's not really true. So I have a question for you. Each day I'm going to show up here. I'm going to give you a little homework to do, right? And man, listen, this is not a judgment. This is not a criticism towards you, and none of that. I just want to show up, and if you guys give me a little space, a little room to maybe nudge you a little bit, kind of pull on your coattail, say, hey, nothing's going to change at home unless you change, right? That anticipated argument that's kind of a customary way to communicate seems to always pop up when everything's going good, and then something triggers that. What is your trigger? Something triggers that thing, and then you put the coat on. It's her fault. We blame them, and it's not their fault, right? We look at, well, I better behave this way because it's better not to argue and blow up when we're in the wrong, man. Right? Sometimes when it comes back to you, it's better to be quiet. There's some wisdom in this whole silence piece. There's some wisdom in keeping your mouth shut. I agree 100%. That ain't what we're here to talk about. Just that. It's the other side when it's not wisdom. So where is it? So what do I got for you today? I don't want to keep you long. I already got 4 minutes into this. What is it that I have for you today, man? So listen. Let me just help me out when you see this. Most of you are going to see the replay. We're not promoting this thing out here. So when you do that, take some time, go back, start from the beginning, and let's do this talk together, right? So what am I asking you to do? Write down the last 3 times you went quiet with her. You know what I'm talking about. When she hit that nerve and there was maybe a feeling of rage, there may be a feeling of insecurity, there may be a feeling of fill in the blank for what it is for you, that thing that came out of you, right? And you started to retreat. You started to go back into that home you built, right? That retreat space. You call it a safe zone, but we know it's not. Next to each one of these, here's the hit. Next to each one of these things you're going to do, because you're going to do this work, right? Write down, next to each one, write down what you were actually protecting, what or who you were actually protecting. Write it down. Get your pen out there and write down what or who you were actually protecting. Was it your ego? Your pride? I know for me it was. It was ego, pride. I mean, I didn't want to. And I just, ego is a tricky thing. Pride is, pride can blind us. It can keep us in a state of, despair. So ego, pride, or fear. So those are the common ones. Those three things are common, man. I didn't want to get angry, or who she thinks she is, or I'm doing all these things that she doesn't appreciate me. All that noise that goes on, right? All that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Where is it right here? Or is it the little boy who learned how? Who learned that telling the truth cost you something you didn't want to pay, a price you didn't want to pay. I know I didn't want to pay it, man. But I was like, oh man, when I'm feeling it, I say it all the time. When that young lady, we were in a circle of friends, out it's a beautiful summer day, man. And I thought I was cool and everything. I thought I had me a girlfriend, and I said something to her, and she said something, and everybody started laughing at me. I said, ooh, I don't like how this feels. Well, I don't know if I said that because I had already learned how to protect my feelings, right? Just like many of us, because man, we've been lied to. Listen, we have been lied to, and now we are lying to ourselves about the lie, right? That lie, you know what that lie is. Put it in when you hear this, put it in the comment section. What lie could I be talking about? I'm gonna just tell you what the lie is. That's the lie that says, man, men are supposed to be strong. Men can withstand everything. Men can don't show emotions. Showing emotions is a sign of weakness. If you do that, then you're just gonna come apart, right? Everybody's gonna get over. You're gonna get all that stuff, man. That's a lie. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is strength. And we can argue about it and all those other different things, but all I got to tell you is this. If that's the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, man, and you don't have the ability to lean in, eventually she or you are going to lean out. I don't think I have to explain to you what happens when you do that, particularly if you're married, like I was, and you make moves and things blow up, right? And relationships that you thought were going to last forever, and the people that you hurt, and the consequences that go along with those actions. And so it's a whole lot of tragedy in that stuff. So I'm talking to y'all now. Don't let it get that far, baby. Don't let it get that far, man. Because that's where you're headed. So anyway, so what are you gonna do? I've asked you to do so. Write down the last 3 times you got quiet with her. The next, write down right next to it what you thought was the real reason, and then really kind of get. And first, fellas, do this by yourself. Get quiet. Get a nice safe spot. Do this by yourself. Take that mirror moment we talk about a lot of times. Look in the mirror and say, "Oh, this is the day that you get free. This is the day that I get free." Look in the mirror and you tell yourself that. And you're going to be getting free by how you doing what, owning what's really going on. If you don't do that, nothing changes, man. So that's the first thing. Right? Do that homework. Nobody needs to read it but you. Do the homework. If you're confused about it, then reach out to me. Because look, once you can see the hiding place, once you can, I know you can see it, but you got so much crap stuffed on top of it. So it's going to take some work to get it off you before you can really, 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 really get to the real thing. So it's going to take some time. But I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have some relief and finally saying, whoa, this cat is right. This man is telling me I've been faking. This man is telling me his fear. This man is telling me he's right. Not so much that I want to be right, but I've earned the opportunity to show up with y'all. Right? So once you can see the hiding place, the next question separates the men. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. The next question separates the men. Is your silence protecting your peace? This is the next question. Is your silence protecting your peace? Ooh, or protecting you from the truth of what I'm talking about? It's time, fellas. It's time to take off the mask. It's time to say, okay, there got to be something else out here because what I'm doing is not working. There's got to be time to say, okay, something great is coming my way. And that's what we're going to do over these next 5 days. We're going to help you do that. But you got to do the homework. Share this information with your friends. And before I leave you tonight, I want you to know that we love you, believe in the process that you're in, wherever you are. And the comeback king, we believe that that's the lifestyle is a necessary, not a limitation. And we're all in this relationship comeback, right? We either just got finished with a silent treatment blow up, or we're headed into one, or we're kind of in the middle, right? Starting one. That's the cycle. But I'm gonna tell you something. There's something to say about getting complete and getting honest and finally owning that piece. And some say, "Well, yeah, I'm over that." Well, no, you're not. If you're not able to stand in the conversation without hiding, without blaming, without something else, you're not. So let's go to work. Let's do this thing together. Tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going to come in here, do the homework, show up tomorrow, pass this with your friends. Let us know where you're coming from when you hear this message. Let me know what's going on. Each day we're going to do some homework, and that homework stacks on top of one another. And it's not homework, man. It's life work. Let's do some life work, baby. Let's do some life work, so we can get through the comebacks together. All right, I said I'm gonna be. I'm already a minute and so over. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Come back, King Enterprises. We want to thank you, and let's be part of the 10 million lives. 10 million lives to change and see the comebacks as a lifestyle, not a limitation. And it's important to step into your vulnerability. Fellas, come on, let's do it. See y'all tomorrow. Take care. Remember, your time is now. Let's walk this path together, baby. Let's be good humans. See y'all later. Bye bye.